Here he comes. One more time for John Moore, everybody.
What is up? I'm actually just looking for the bathroom. Could you guys point me? I really was going to go to the bathroom, and I'm glad I did not. So I'm here with some friends from Dallas. Going to talk about my buddy that I was in the Army with. This guy is a legend. You guys may have heard of him. I'm not going to use his name, but he's got a foundation with Gary Sinise. He has earned a lot of money. Great guy and hysterical guy. Only reason I bring him up, one of the funniest guys I've ever met, right? This guy, when we were in service, huge, 6'7", 260, stepped on an IED and lost all 4 of his limbs. Yeah, I do not tell jokes about this guy for obvious fucking reasons. I had one serious question about his dick. He got his wife pregnant, so that question has been answered. And truth be told, like I said, he's very funny. He's got a ton of stage time, more stage time than all of me and the other comics put together. But at least we're all put together. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus fucking Christ, John. What the fuck? My God, you just came up and told a story about your funnier friend. Why didn't you let him sign up? We would have loved to have a fucking funny guy with no limbs up here while you're up here telling these sad stories.
You're right, I'm sorry.
How many of you think it should have been him that gotten blown up in the Army, huh? Yeah. How about that, John? How about that?
Yeah. I deserve that.
You knew you had 1 minute.
I did not. Yeah, that's true.
How long have you not been doing comedy, John?
A long time.
So you drove in a car from Dallas with a bunch of comedians like, man, we're going to do a minute if we get pulled. I hope we get pulled. And you're like, ah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Bobby was driving, in my defense. He is a terrible driver.
The guy that was just on here.
Yes.
Just making sure it's not the Tourette's guy. I would believe you. So here we are. You were really in the Army?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't really get Army vibes from you.
Yeah.
You seem more like an old Navy guy to me. Or something.
Eagle Scout.
Yeah. What were you doing in the Army?
I was a paratrooper in the 82nd. I was an artillery guy.
Wow. Where'd you serve at?
I was stationed at Fort Bragg. Actually, my buddy's here, also 82nd guy and a comic, and I went to Afghanistan in 07, 08.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Roger.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Paratrooper, huh?
Yes.
So you would just get dropped off in Afghanistan?
No, there actually has not been a combat jump for many, many years. The last official combat jump was in, I want to say it was when they jumped into Nicaragua or something like that. But there's not really any combat jumps anymore. The idea is that the threat of people being able to, because it's like an 18-hour mandate, you got to be able to deploy in 18 hours. So.
Okay. Wow. That was a long way to nowhere. So, John, you've been back for a while. What do you do for work now?
I'm in graduate school, and I'm using some funding that I have available to me through the VA.
Okay, awesome. And what are you going to school for?
I'm getting an MBA and a data analytics
All right.
degree. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I just
Okay.
started doing comedy. I am very new.
How new?
And this is awesome. Great to be 3 months.
And what else have you joked about when you're 3 months on stage? When you're not talking about a guy getting blown up for his country? But he's really funny. He's the funniest guy I have written down here. The funniest guy. You see that? Funniest guy. Had to write it down because I couldn't believe it. You were 40 seconds into a set with no laughs, and you're talking about the funniest guy you know.
I know. Shit. I thought I was going to get a laugh with the bathroom bit, maybe. I don't know. That
Really?
Was,
You thought? Like
That
what?
was a bit?
Yeah. I thought you were genuinely asking. Honestly, in retrospect, I wish I would have shown you. It's right over there to the left.
Okay, thank you very much.
Instead, you decided to take a shit right here on stage. I mean, I don't know. What else have you joked about? Tell us. Give us a. What's your shortest joke that you have?
I did a joke about how silly QAnon is, and I'm not surprised that people believe this shit because they've been lying to us about everything for years. You guys remember Pluto? Yeah.
It's almost incredible how bad you are at this. I mean, honestly, I've seen people do some horrible shit, but there's always like one or two people in the audience that like maybe need attention or something, or like want to show they have a different sense of humor, and they'll laugh. The amount of silence that
It's
echoes,
deafening.
like I can hear the Westin Hotel,
I know.
like people ringing the bellboy fucking bell across
You know
the
what's
street.
confusing? You're a good talker.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know that you're not funny?
Inexperience.
Yeah, 3 months in is
But-
that's very.
But
very
are you
little.
funny like in conversation with your friends and just trying to figure out how to do stand-up?
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
Like,
I
what's
don't
the time that you made your like? Did you make your friends laugh on the drive here
I
from
did.
Dallas? What'd you do?
We were talking about Bobby's driving, and my buddy said, "Did your parents yell at you a lot, like as a kid?" And I said, "Obviously not."
Did you hear that? Did you hear that right before everyone was
This is
laughing about
baffling.
the silence?
This is so baffling.
It's actually incredible. I'm going to have you do another joke because I'm
Okay.
shocked at how quiet the room can be. Again, normally when people do bad here, there's some noise, like you can hear something. But
Yeah.
right after
I'll
you
go.
hit a punchline,
It's like
I
you're
know.
missing an ingredient and the bread won't rise.
like yeast and water.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong here?
This flour ain't doing shit. This
It's wilting.
flour on a tray. Okay, do another joke. How many want to hear another joke
Yes.
from John Moore?
Oh, thank you so much.
This guy's so bad, it's actually amazing. It's
Okay,
incredible.
here's a
This
joke.
is
It is
historical.
great to be here right now. This is so much. This is actually this is really fun. Fuck, guys. I don't know. A
Come
joke.
on, just a joke. You got it. You got it. Don't do any sound
I
effects.
had,
I want to
uh,
see if we can tap back into this.
I had an STD scare recently. I got one. Yeah, not a scary one though. It's curable. Like this is a curable joke. So one pill, the joke is gone. But I should have known better because I didn't use a condom, which is stupid. But also, I once had a girl tell me that I have the biggest dick hole she's ever seen. That can't be good, can it? Just leaving the front door open like that? Come on in!
There was a parakeet that laughed at that, a jungle bird of some kind. Very interesting. Have you ever thought of doing everything differently?
Yes.
Have you ever thought of like completely starting from scratch,
Yeah.
like just tearing the paper off the wall?
Yeah, I do it honestly, I do it every, I've only been doing this 3 months. I've told a lot of jokes maybe 3 or 4 times. Those jokes I've probably told 4 or 5 times.
Do you have a
Right.
big dick hole?
That's what I've been
Yeah,
told.
what are we talking about
That's
here?
what
Like,
I've been
The
told.
hole, where the pee comes out.
Right, but
Yeah,
like how big
yeah,
can it
Joe's
be?
right.
Like a
is
pencil?
it from like the top to like, I mean, how does it work exactly?
You look like a mouth of a Gatorade bottle, you know? Like,
No way, you don't have that.
No, it's not that.
No, what's it like? What's it really like?
Well, I mean,
Describe
it looks
for
like
us.
a urethra. I guess it's just maybe like, you know.
Number 2 pencil, number 3, number 4.
Ooh,
Is it a
unknown.
Sharpie marker, perhaps? Perhaps a
No, definitely not a marker.
perhaps
bro.
the tip of a pool stick, or
Definitely not. Number 2 pencil, maybe if it was sharp.
Whoa.
But I wouldn't, I mean, okay, so in the Army, they say that when you get an STD test, it's called getting rotted off the range. Have you heard this before?
No.
So when you go to the range...
No,
in
we've
ba-
never heard of anything that you've talked about tonight before.
When you go to the range in basic training, it's a bunch of guys who don't know what they're doing. And so, like, they got to make
familiar.
sure...
Go ahead.
You got to make sure there's no bullets in the gun. So when you come off the range, you lock your bolt to the rear, and then you see the range master, and he sticks a bolt down the end of your rifle, and he like taps the firing mechanism. So they say when you get an STD test that you got to go get rotted off the range because they stick the thing.
Red band, it's so stupid. A jungle bird again keeps appearing during your set for some reason.
Thank God, it's better than the silence.
Wow. So what else about what would we be interested to know? Before we let you go, John, give us one interesting fun fact about the life of John Moore.
When I was 11 years old, I saved my best friend's life.
How'd you do that?
The day after I turned 11, grew up in Colorado. He was in a cave-in. There was like a cave that, you know, some kids had dug in the side of a ravine, maybe like 6 feet deep or whatever, and we would go and we would like dig in this cave because we didn't know any better. And it just fucking collapsed on my buddy one day. And it was actually 3 of us. My really good friend to this day, he's got 3 kids, was buried like under 5 feet of dirt. My other friend was buried up to his waist. I ran and I got help. 2 adults came. They dug my friend out. I went to a house. I called 911. I went and got his mom. She fucking chased me all the way there on my bike.
That's
You
awesome.
It's a
Where the
shame.
fuck were you when your funnier friend stepped on that IED?
I was not in the army. I was not in the army anymore.
It's a shame you can't dig yourself out of the hole you put yourself in doing jokes. It's incredible. Unbelievable. But I'll tell you, John, as far as you know, a lot of people come on this show and they struggle and they're new and it happens. But I'm telling you, there's something so magical about the way that you do it.
You know what? Thank you. I know that that's an insult, but I still appreciate it.
No,
You seem likable. So
Yeah, thank you.
there's that.
That
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm serious.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Good.
Genuinely, this is fun.
Hell
Thank you,
yeah.
everyone.
There he goes, John Moore, everybody. Come on, give it up
Have a
for
nice
John.
night.
Yeah,
That shit made me so sad.
That was unusual.
it was. That was like I don't know what that was like. It was a special kind of silence that happened.
You know what's? He seems smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's weird.
Yeah, it's baffling. All that.
Hopefully he doesn't try to paratroop off a bridge tonight. You know what I mean? After that. All right.